This is Ted Hicks from Late Night Parents. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. You can follow me as Real Ted Hicks on Twitter or Late Night Parent also on Twitter. Available also on the other available social media channels. There's been several articles that have been published this year in regards to NFL media rights. We discussed Disney, Apple, and Amazon all being, edging closer to purchasing those media rights, purchasing the NFL Network channel, the Red Zone, NFLfilms.com, and, it's edging closer towards, another new NFL season. And I think they want to have that wrapped up. So we'll briefly talk about media deals, the Broncos, and a few other things. There was an article that I read today on Sports Business Journal, and, the paramedia deals that could usher in big changes in how fans consume the NFL. There's been a lot of talk about NFL Plus, NFL coming out with its own streaming service. And we're wondering if it's going to rearrange the streaming video wars, headline the list of issues facing the country's largest sports league in its new business year. So the league's ongoing effort to sell a large minority stake in the NFL owned and operated media, such as NFL Network, NFL Films, NFL.com, is expected to culminate this business year. At the same time, NFL media chief and business officer Brian Rolab's team is selling new rights package to Sunday Ticket. DirecTV's had Sunday Ticket forever, 25 plus years. And I think it's noted that DirecTV and NFL are headed for Splitsville. That's what we would think, because, that package for the longest time was costing DirecTV $1.5 billion a year annually. So the NFL wants to sell both Sunday Ticket and equity in one major super mega deal. But it's unclear if that's how it will happen. Right now, as of this moment, Apple is believed to be the favorite to win a combo package. But the current rights holder, Amazon, is also a strong contender. I'm not so sure if Disney wants to dip their feet that deep into the total package. I mean, ESPN Plus having Sunday Ticket is definitely one thing, but I'm not sure if they want to grab the whole enchilada. So what's also unclear is exactly what components of the NFL's vast media operations will be included in this equity sale. Doug Perlman, founder and CEO of Sports Media Advisors, noted the package might include properties that vary from mature assets like the cable NFL Network to the NFL's digital content, which is constantly evolving to meet new trends. Perlman stated, the challenge is how to value those rights because they'll be deployed in such a way they can't even be contemplated right now. The NFL will have such a presence also in the metaverse, so we have to assume this third party will have a particular role in that too. It could be bigger than any of us will ever imagine, or it could be a dud. Currently, right now, Goldman Sachs is advising the NFL on the sale. So in short term, an equity sale is another monetization lever for the league that last year sold a decade's worth of media rights for a total of $110 billion. But in the long term, NFL media can make huge strides with the technical, strategic, and financial heft of an Apple or an Amazon, which might see the NFL as a proving ground for research and development. The reach is going to be broad, and you have to have the halo effect of so much coverage and attention. So we can't think of a better way to showcase something new. Sunday Ticket has one more year left on DirecTV. But then in 2023, the out of market package will almost certainly move to a streaming platform. Experts say adding the NFL out of market package will be a major coup in the battle for subscribers. So here are 5 other issues to track in the new year. Stadium development. We talked about this on a podcast last week about the NFL could be embarking on its largest building boom in 20 years, with up to 4 teams expected to take steps towards constructing new stadiums. The Bills' parent company, Pagula Sports and Entertainment, is nearing a financing arrangement with the state of New York and Erie County, which would call for upwards to $1 billion in public money and a $1.4 billion project among most team-friendly cost splits in recent memory. I think we broke this down. Are hunting to the 25-year-old FedEx Field. Reportedly, targets plots in the farther reaches of suburban North Virginia. The Chicago Bears hope to close their $197 million acquisition of Arlington Heights Racetrack, an ideal spot for their new suburban stadium, by early next year. And the Tennessee Titans are now shifting plans away from a comprehensive renovation of Nissan Stadium toward new construction. There have not been more than 3 NFL stadiums under construction since before the 2002 season. A building boom has tremendous implications for teams and the NFL. It would impose major costs, but also goose revenue and drive fans' interest. The NFL fan is the nerve system of the team financial performance. Any way you look at it, these are like once in a lifetime generation type projects. So they're looking at this thoughtfully, investing in long-term efficiency, functionality on this specific situation. The second option is the Denver Broncos sale. So the league, the Patrick D. Bolin Trust, and his bankers hope to close a transaction to sell the Broncos by the start of the season. A deal widely expected to set a new benchmark for pro sports franchise values and bring a powerful new billionaire into the NFL ownership fraternity. Preliminary bids could come as early as mid-April. Those sellers continue to solicit interest. Potential bidders who have survived initial vetting have signed NDAs and are evaluating the team's books right now. Super Bowl halftime show and sponsorship. Pepsi is expected to renew its long-running sponsorship of the NFL, but in a cheaper, slimmed-down deal that does not include the title sponsorship to the Super Bowl halftime show, which it has had for the past 10 years. The league is now asking for in between $40 to $50 million per year for those rights, selling it as an opportunity for a tech or content company to leverage the extraordinary attention that the brief concert attracts in a broader platform. These halftime shows might be anywhere from 12 to 17 minutes. So for 12 to 17 minutes, the NFL is looking for a sponsorship of 40 to $50 million per year. Option number four, Washington Commanders investigation. So the Commanders are really going to be on the docket this year. So for the second straight offseason, a lawyer appointed by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is investigating Commanders owner Daniel Snyder. This time, however, Goodell has promised a written report because the last one, no report, no nothing. Everything stayed internal with ownership, with with the 32 owners and Roger Goodell and legal counsel. This one is going to generate a report that's going to be available by the public. I'm not sure what will be redacted, what will actually be made available. Will there just be an executive summary just issued out? But the investigation by a former SEC chairperson Mary Jo White centers on new allegations of sexual harassment against Snyder made by former employee Tiffany Johnston on February 3rd. Insiders believe any move to force Snyder to divest the team remains highly unlikely, but say the league and owners' frustration with Snyder should not be underestimated. Number five, the Brian Flores lawsuit. So Brian Flores' racial discrimination lawsuit against the NFL and three teams will be heard in court, ensuring that the league's track record on minority coaching hires stays in the news. Even if the case brought by Flores, the former Dolphins head coach, who's now a Pittsburgh Steelers assistant, ultimately fails in court, his allegation that Miami owner Stephen Ross offered him $100,000 per loss during the 2019 season to get high draft pick still reverberates. The league has said it's investigating, but no new information has emerged. If Flores' allegation can be substantiated, experts say it would put Ross's continued ownership of the Dolphins in total jeopardy. Those are just some stories for this upcoming season. Some of the happenings that's happening with streaming, with the NFL, and all the above. This is Ted Hicks. Ways to follow the show at latenightparents.com.